Hi, this is Vicki Romaine with Cheerful Greetings, and today we're going to work with a object that is a little unusual to use on a card, but I thought I would try and see what it looked like. This is right now is an experimental stage. If you notice at the beginning of my video, I showed a couple of pictures of my shower curtain that I bought, and I was fascinated with the design in it, and I thought, well, I really could use that design on some cards or even on some ephemera of junk journals. But today I thought I'd just see what I could come up with. I mean, I'm going to start basically with using it for a card, and then we'll go from there. I cut me some pieces here. So the butterflies, if you notice, it's curled up because I kind of wanted it up. Some different sizes here. I'm just after different designs. Doesn't matter where they are. This piece, if you notice, my pieces are getting bigger and bigger because this shower curtain was hard to cut, as that one. And then I kind of like the butterfly. And here's another butterfly here. And I also like the border. I think that has loads of possibilities. So if you notice, I have quite a few here, and I've cut them in different sizes, not on purpose, just to get some of the different patterns. And the first thing I'm going to do is what I have done to this particular piece. You really can't tell, but I just wanted to have the feeling that it is nice and slick with no hard folds or creases in my shower curtain. I wanted it as smooth as possible. That you have the pure plastic, and I think this is this is plastic, but it seems to have a wax covering over it on the front and the back. So what I was doing here, I've got some vinegar, just pure vinegar. I'm just wiping down my pieces, mainly to get them to sit up straight, because I don't want them curled. Okay, so I have a sponge now that's basically gone over my piece on the right side. Now I'm on the back side of it. And this particular piece has a double thickness because it has the holes which are at the top, and the whole curtain is reinforced at the top. So I'll probably try to cut away from that. And as I said, basically what I'm trying to do now is just get my pieces to lay flat using the vinegar, and also putting the paper towel on and rubbing it helps it lie flat. So this piece is done. Now let's get another piece. Now this one, as if you'll notice, is all curled up. So we want to get it to lay flat. I can't iron this because of the fact that it's plastic. And that would completely demolish my iron. This piece here is wrinkled, so I might not be able to get it to be flat enough to use. But maybe with working a little bit, we might be able to use it. Okay, now this one here is a very large piece. And what I was after on it is the flowers. And what I'm going to do on this one is I'm just going to cut down here below the flowers a little bit, through the flower. I'll cut this all the way off. Also, by using the vinegar on my curtain, I will be cleaning it where possibly it has gotten dirty and getting all the extra dust and everything off of it. As I don't know where it all has been in the warehouse or store. So I'm kind of cleaning the plastic off. So here are my flowers. Now this would make a perfect pocket of flowers. But we'll see what will happen here. Okay, the first thing I have done here is I have cut me a piece of cardstock that will open up. It's a half a sheet of 8.5 by 11. That is already been cut. Now the next thing I did is I took my die cut, the size I wanted in my picture, and I cut a piece of white cardstock. Now, what I'm going to do is flip to the back side of my shower curtain. And the reason I've done that is because I want to see exactly where I'm going to put my shower curtain on my piece of paper, on my cardstock. Next thing I'm going to do is get my glue here, and I'm going to work on the back of the cardstock I'm going to put the cardstock on the back of my shower curtain. And because I'm not going to have it as a see-through window this time. So, and it just happens this has stitching in it. That's because my die has the stitching. Which is not necessarily what I needed. Otherwise, the stitching is not going to show. I'm going to put glue all the way around my cardstock here. And I'm going to put some in the middle. I'm putting a little more in the middle than what I would ordinarily use or ordinarily have, because I want this to stick. Now I'm gonna pick these 3 flowers here, and I'm gonna have this one show the most. So I'm gonna put my cardstock like this on my shower curtain. Now, I'm going to flip it over. First, I've got a little dab of glue showing out from underneath, so I'm going to wipe it. And I'm going to flip it over. And I'm going to press it out just as flat as I possibly can on my cardstock. Now, the reason I'm doing it this way is because I tried one earlier, and the first time I did it, it had a lot of wrinkles and a lot of play in the middle. Even though I have it covered in the back, it's had a lot of play in the middle, and I stretched it over the opening, and that didn't work very well, so I'm trying a different approach this time. And when you do a tutorial, you don't necessarily have everything perfect. The one doing it learns as much, if not more, than the ones looking at the tutorial. Okay, this is pretty much done. Now, I can either put this over my die inside my Big Shot, or I can cut it by hand. And I guess this first one I'll cut by hand. But I want to make sure this is pressed out just as flat as it possibly can be. There's a pair of scissors here. We'll see what happens. Now, doing it this way will also give it a little body, because even though the shower curtain is fairly thick, it has a lot of play in it. Okay. Now, I like the part that I have here, and it cut out pretty evenly, except for this one little spot up here at the top. I'll try to trim this down a little bit. Now, let's see. Maybe I can find me either a green or trying Trying to see what color I want for the mat. I could use black, I guess. But I need another color. So let me go look and I'll be back. Okay, I have my mat here. I used a larger die to cut it. So it does have the stitching around the edges. And let's see if this will work. Yeah, this will show up nicely. Okay, I'm going to glue this, and then I will find me a piece of cinnamon to put on here. Okay, I've got my mat here. I decided the black would do the best. Okay. Always want to make sure that my card opens the right direction. There's my finished card. It's completely finished except for the inside. Okay, let's go with another one. Okay, I've got another piece of cardstock here, and this is what I'm going to be doing. I've got my smallest rectangle here, and I'm going to cut out a hole in the front of my card. So this will have basically a frame around it. Now, I'm going to have it pretty much even side by side, but I'm going to have it up a little bit to the top more than the bottom, so I can put a sentiment down here below it. So let's do that after I cut me a piece of curtain. And I'm just going to cut out here away from the area that I want. Okay, so let's do the Now what I'm going to do here, after I cut my cardstock and punch the hole in it, I'm going to be cutting this with a piece, with a die that's just a little bit larger than this one, because I want to make sure it completely covers the hole. Okay, I've got my big shot here. I'm going to turn this sideways and place my die where I want it. What we have. I have my frame, and it's in the front. And I've left room below it to put some sort of sentiment. Okay, now I'm going to do the curtain. Get a piece of the curtain here. Now I'm going to go back and forth a couple of times here, because I'm actually cutting a piece of plastic. Now let's see if we have anything. I am using the double-sided red tape around the inside of the frame to hold the shower curtain tightly. have removed the red covering on the tape. So now I can attach my curtain. I had to take my piece on the card off a couple of times to make sure it was on straight. Now, what I'm going to do now is put my glue on my cardstock. And this is the back side of the frame. And in this case, I mainly want my glue on the outer edge and the inner edge. I don't have to worry about the center as much as those two places, because I don't want it to open up inside the frame. And then I'll press it down tight on the seams, on the spine. In the meantime, I'm going to see if I can find something that would work. Okay, I think since this has the little lines, the little blocks of color, and they're fairly small, I'm going to take this small word here. This is so small. Okay, and I got this one last one to put on. This one I've done previously and didn't get a chance to put it on a card. So let me get me a card and I'll be right back. Well, here's my card here. I found a sentiment that I thought would work. It says life memories. And this is my one that's in a frame that is covered on the inside. In other words, you do not see the back of. And I'm very pleased with the way that turned out. Also, next we have this one that I did, and I thought it'd be kind of neat here. I put the word smile inside this little strip, and it fit perfectly. And this would also look great as a landscape card if I had turned the smile around. Okay, and then finally we have my flower card. And on this, let me go back on this one though. This one is a window card, and I fixed it so it looks neat on the inside by cutting a frame the same size as the frame on this side. And now my flower one, I'm real pleased with it. I think it's very dramatic, shall we say. And I like the idea of my black, emphasizing the black on there. It makes it pop. This one, I couldn't do that. Well, I could have if I just put a black, real thin black border around my frame. But I like it like it is, with being able to see through. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and look around at your things at your house and look at them a different way. Look and see, could that be used on a card? What can I use that for instead of throwing it away? So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and please come back and see me and see what I have in store for you the next time. In the meantime, don't forget, have a great crafting day, and please subscribe. Bye.